Hey everyone, welcome back to Rugged DIY. I'm Steve Mikulich, and today we are going to start working on the homemade closet organizer that I'm going to build for the closet. You know, if it's easier for you to just purchase a prefabricated closet organizer, then do it. For what I wanted to do, there just wasn't something that really fit the size of my closet, the angles of the ceiling, and all of that. And so I decided to build my own closet organizers. I'm using pine wood, and unfortunately, the local hardware store ran out of the finely finished pine wood 1x4s, so I had to get fine finished 1x4s in oak. But everything is going to be painted white, so I'm not really concerned about it, you know. And this isn't going to be, you know, fine dovetail, you know, fittings and work. I'm just going to be screwing these pieces together, gluing them, and just making a you know, pretty simple construction. You know, if you were trying to do fine woodwork and, you know, really trying to fit pieces together, you would want to make sure that you had the same type of wood, so that you didn't have a different type of you know, swelling and flexing of the wood that would cause separations and things like that. And by no means am I any sort of professional woodworker. So I mean, if you're looking for that sort of advice, this is not the channel. You're going to want to go and do a YouTube search for more fine woodwork. But for a simple closet organizer that is going to meet the needs of what I need, this should be just fine. So as in typical fashion, I'm just going to start working. If there's something that pops up that I want to mention, then I'll go ahead and discuss that. But primarily, I'm just going to shoot the portions of work where I'm doing cutting or gluing, you know, things like that. So hopefully this is useful, and let's just get going. Okay, so, you know, the first portion of what you're going to want to do whenever you start the project is make sure that you have a full understanding of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So in this case, what I want is for a top shelf to go straight across to where the lower wall kind of ends and meets the ceiling and cuts up. So I'm going to have a shelf that'll run across there, and then I'm going to have shelving on this side where you'll be able to, you know, move, you know, the shelving around so that you can determine the size of the shelf. And then I'll have two rods that'll go across so that you can have shirts or, you know, pants or whatever on top, and then you have another bar to hang more clothing on. In this bedroom, there's going to be two children, so I want to have a bar for each child, and then they'll have the shelving to stack whatever things they need to stack on top of that. So I'm going to start just by doing the measurements, writing down my measurements, and then I'll, you know, transfer those measurements onto the wood and cut the wood. So. Ready? Want your hands here. So it's just when it gets up here, I don't want it to rip off. Yeah. Okay?
Try.
Yeah. Well, all right. Fits. All right. Okay, so I've got all of the pieces cut now. I've got all my wood stacked up, and some of the wood I'm gonna sand it down just a little bit because it's got a little more texture to it than I want. I want it to have a nice smooth finish once I actually paint it. But before I sand it down, I bought a router bit to round off some of the edges on some of the pieces, just to give it a more kind of finished look, I guess. So I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna round off those edges. I'm gonna sand it down a little bit, make it a little bit smoother. And then I'm gonna have to apply a few coats of primer before I apply the high gloss paint, because I'm gonna use the same high gloss paint that I painted the closet with, so it all matches the same color. So it's gonna take a little bit of time. I probably won't be able to finish all of that today. Oh, and I also need to drill in the holes for the pocket screws so that everything can fit in nice together. So I'll drill in all the pocket holes. I will round off some of the edges and start sanding things down and smoothing them out. And then if I've got enough time today, then I'll get some primer on it. And that will have to sit and dry for a little bit. Then, you know, I'll follow up, put a few coats of paint on it, assemble everything and get it hung. So I'll probably have to hang everything in a separate video. So this video I'll just wrap up as far as putting in all the pocket holes, rounding off the edges, getting everything sanded. And then I think maybe, depending on how long that takes, I'll put a coat of primer on it. And if I don't get to that, then I'll just put that in the next video. I'll just make the whole next video priming, painting, and hanging. So, all right, I'll knock that out. Okay, I've finished preparing all the wood now. I have drilled all of the pocket holes for attachment. I've sanded down all the wood. Everything is now cut to size. I am gonna call that for today. I'm not gonna start priming today. On the next video, I'll prime the wood and paint it, and then I'll attach everything and hopefully get it hung during the next video. But it's a pretty simple process, planning out your own closet organizer. This isn't gonna be any extravagant closet organizer. It's just gonna have the single shelf on the left where you'll be able to choose the size of the shelves, you'll be able to adjust them, and I'll show you how I drilled the holes for those. I haven't actually drilled them yet, so I'll be able to show that. And then, like I said, it's just gonna have a couple of racks. So, I couldn't find anything that was really exactly what I was looking for online. There were a lot of different options, but just nothing that, really fit exactly what I wanted. So it just made more sense to me to just build my own closet organizer. And so, the point of this video isn't to convince you that you should build yours just like I'm doing mine, but instead to show, look, if you can't get exactly what you want, then it's really not that difficult to build something and to make it, look, halfway decent. So, still I got a little bit of work to go, but the wood is nice and smooth now. Like I said, I've got all the pocket holes drilled. I think I may have missed some of the filming. The camera ran out of battery and I didn't realize it. So I'll try to salvage what I can. Hopefully this will be an entertaining video. But really getting close to finishing up this room, and I'm really happy about it because I've been doing this room for months now and I'm ready to do something else. So once we get that all painted, assembled, and installed, the next thing I'll do is frame in for the French doors. We will build, I'm just gonna buy some manufactured doors and cut them down to size, but we'll cut those down to size, paint those, hang those, do the hardware, get all the trim up in the room, and I'm ready for carpet. So we're really, really close, and I'm really excited to be done because there's just so many other things that I need to get done to this house. So call the video here. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you found some value in it. If you did enjoy it, I hope that you will like and subscribe, because the more likes I get, the more YouTube will prioritize my videos, and my videos are trending more, not getting 1 million views yet or anything like that, but it is doing better, and I think that's great. I'm really happy. I appreciate everybody who comes and watches these videos. Again, if you liked it, please subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more YouTube will prioritize my videos so other people can see them. So thanks so much for coming, and I'll see you on the next video.